Wassail, Virgo. Wassail, Virgo. I want to say I'm being shown sakura blossoms, cherry blossoms at the beginning of your, but cherry blossoms as water steps, watery footprints. So there's someone in Japan designed a glass, and when you fill it with a liquid and condensation forms, it leaves the print of a sakura blossom wherever you leave it. There's something about scent, leaving the scent or the beauty of renewal. So, this is your Great Cosmic Reset. It starts on the 29th, where it started. I'm a bit late, but it's all good because it means we're on energies of separation, transformation, not application, although there are energies applying that are coming up. So it's based on the notion that on the 29th, Chiron begins as kind of great healing for everybody. Because Chiron on the 29th moved into conjunction with the fixed star Alchemy, which is the tip of the wings of Pegasus. And there's also lots of other magical frequencies coming. And I don't know what matters to your sign until I begin. Different signs seem to have different days that matter to them in the next 2 or 3 months. So we're just going to kind of go in, ask what Chiron, healed Chiron, who's kind of merging and becoming a kind of winged centaur, a Pegasus with a human head. And we'll see what comes out. But we need to remember scent and sakura blossoms, cherry blossoms. So, Virgo, what would Chiron like to say to Virgo? Chiron would like to say massive hydrophilic. I just made that word up. A massive hydrophilic healing. Like the life force returning. Like the life force returning. There's something about this though that's about the life force returning to the living, not the dead in either space. That's just intriguing in itself. And Elahaz. It's an energy of protection. I feel like it's an energy of the gift. The gift of the deer, or look at it as like Pegasus gifting you with protection. The protection is the notion of the wings, the healing. So this is the elks. Elks are interesting because you need to approach the spirit of elk with caution. Proceed with caution. I feel there's something about, this is like yellow electric seed. We're in yellow electric seed year. The seed was planted, but the seed hasn't grown. There's something missing in between. Okay, so what's missing? What's missing? And that's interesting. Capricorn had a missing energy. Libra kind of had a missing energy, as in it wasn't the right moment. But what's missing is this feels like an energy of, I don't know, water. There's something physical that's not allowing the seeds to grow. Tyr Tyr is an energy often of sacrifice, but there's an energy here of the moon. This seed is very much depicted as a sun. The sun and the moon would suggest an eclipse. Yeah, the energy of the eclipse is really, really important. What I'm getting is you don't have the nutrients. You don't have the nutrients. I'm being shown leaves, dying leaves, falling from a tree and then mulching into the ground to feed the roots of the Yggdrasil tree with the nutrients. But these nutrients within you are, they're like hidden emotions. They're moon frequencies that you haven't tuned into yet. So, Virgo. Here's something really interesting about Virgo. I've been doing a lot of work on the constellations. And Virgo is the second largest constellation by area size of all the 88. It's big. So, what do you want to tell me about this missing elements, the moon? Okay. We've got a little bit of a leaping group. And I wasn't going to take it, but look who's on the top when I asked, what does Chiron want to say? Chiron wants to say... Chiron wants to say you like your nerves are jangling, like the energy of the moon. The idea of a lunatic is from the lunar. This energy of feeling right at the moment mentally unstable in a way that's not you. There's something about being on this card which keeps pulling out is the material and esoteric bridger. And that's what this is. You know, this is the esoteric and this is the world, the material, and the bridge between the two. But you're not functioning. Tyr is in pain. You are in pain. And I mean a kind of nervous, mental exhaustion. Interesting. Being pulled into the energy of the 22nd of February. I need to look that up. This is how this is working. For some reason, I'm being given specific moments in time during this that need to be focused upon. So, let's just get rid of all of these because I've got too many windows open for my liking. So, we need to go back to February the 22nd, which is obviously the 22nd of the 2nd, 2022. It's a day of, it's palindromic. It's the same when you write it the English, British way, whether you write it forwards or backwards. So there's something palindromic about it. Let's pull up the chart. Right, there's a very strong energy going on between Mars and Venus, who are in conjunction at 21 degrees in Capricorn, and they're applying their joint energy towards Pluto, and then you've got a very strong frequency of them connecting to Neptune, which is fogs and mists, but it's a good energy because he's at 22 degrees of Pisces. And then you've got Jupiter working really well with Uranus, And the moon's got a really strong linking energy pulling in to both Mars and Venus, Jupiter, Neptune, and then also, but not in such a positive way, the moon is connected to Uranus, it's connected to Mercury and Saturn, and the moon is at 15 degrees. So it's orbing in and out of those, but they're not all perfect alignments. And I think that's part of this. This is the point at which your alignments will transform. Your energies will begin to switch around. This Elk's protection frequency has got that energy of a kind of focused narrative coming down towards the moon. You've now got, which is really interesting, you've got Mary the Jewess. She just came out in the Libra reading, really early on, really important frequency. It's like it's the mirror point, this 22nd, when you can turn the energy up the right way. But at the moment you feel just out of sorts, unalchemized, I would say, waiting, nervous. I want to say like a kind of jangling distortion at the moment. It's like unordered, and I don't mean that in any kind of overly sort of stereotyping way, but you need the order returned. You need to pull down. There's a whole series of cosmic frequencies, downloads. Here you've got all the gravel, the sand needs to come down to change something within you. And then we've got this energy of Pluto. And that's what I said, both Mars and Venus are applying their energy to Pluto. It just feels like you're compressed, you're on edge, it's almost like your entire being, that's what it is. It's not what's missing from the seed. It's like, I want to say that it's like I take this Yggdrasil tree, and do you see this edge that's coming all the way around? It's like I've squashed all of life, all of the things that matter to you, Virgo, over your, I want to say almost over your whole lifetime. Like this, because Chiron takes 50 years to go around the solar system. I'm not saying if you're younger than that, it hasn't been that. What I'm saying is it just feels like whatever was your primal wound has been like a black hole, like mutable earth. It's been drawing energy, it's been drawing matter, it's been drawing emotions, it's been pulling, it's been compressing, and it's almost like it's crushed your do it the wrong way, everything back into the seed, back, and it needs the key to unlock the earth. So this Pluto frequency is, there's something about it's really, there's many things written on these, this compressed self frequency, but the other thing is this energy of diamagnetism. Diamagnetism is something that has a kind of magnetic draw, but not to the polarity of magnets. It's the best way to describe it. It's like you're repelling, self-repelling, to withdrawing, being compressed so that you can springboard out. This 22nd is your palindromic moment to reset, to restart. And we've got Moon in Sagittarius. Now, it has passed, but on the 29th, when I set the frequencies, the moon was in Sagittarius, and it was in conjunction with Lesath, which is although it's in Sagittarius, it's the sting in the tail of the Scorpio constellation, because constellations are different sizes, and Scorpio runs into the Sagittarius when you divide everything up into their 30 degrees. Just as I said, yours is such that's what it's to do with. Yours is the largest constellation. Your everything has been crushed, and it's like the tension inside your head is making your nerves jangle. So, Virgo, what's that all about? What's the healing? What's the healing? What's the decompression? What's the healing? What's the decompression? What's the healing? What's the decompression? You see, that's interesting as well. I'm being told today to read upside down. This is fair. This is material goods. This is upside down. It's like it's that energy of waiting to change the frequency. Look, it's not the same, but look at the drawings of these two, a circle and a K. Here you have the circle here, and then you have this energy that could just as easily be drawn to go up this way. So hard doing that in a mirror. It's like underneath the surface, at the roots of your Yggdrasil tree, there's something about the very mutable earth that's not the right frequency. How does Virgo get to the right frequency? How does Virgo get to the right frequency? How does Virgo get to the right frequency? Right, I've just got Gifu at the moment. And Gifu's talking about the cracking open of the seed. Inside your seed is you in your fullness, you in your largesse. What is needed? It's just timing. It's the reversal of the energy. You somehow need to plan the 22nd of February. It's the day to re-emerge. So what do you need to do? What does Virgo need to do? What does Virgo need to do on the 22nd? We need to understand. Give them a ritual. Give them a reason to understand how this works. Right, so. Oh, interesting. Intriguing. They've both come out upside down, but I don't want you to think of this as being a difficult energy. It's about what's planted in the soil. It's about what's planted in Vanahamir. Vanahamir is at the roots of the Yggdrasil tree. It's also that notion of reflection. What's being viewed from heaven takes its nutrients from the world. So, Vanahamir is one of the heavenly realms, one of the three heavenly realms. But for Vanahamir to exist, it needs to know that all of the energies that create Vanahamir are from within the soil of the earth. Or it's them that provide the nutrients from fragments of their own heaven that give the frequency of their, I wanted to say kind of portal magic, because we've got the vulva, a sound frequency to the earth, but there's no, it's like without one there isn't the other. Neither of these ways are true. They're both true. I don't know how I want to say that. It's not that one defines the other. It's who came first, the chicken or the egg. It's an unanswerable question. These energies have to exist both in the roots as nutrients and in the heavens, but all of that has to pass backwards and forwards between the trunk, which is the real world, the power, the tree of everyone, the life of the world. It's got a frequency of as above, so below, but I really, if you're going to think about that energy, I want you to really think about what as above, so below means, because it's a phrase that we trot out spiritually and we don't actually think about what it means. It's not as in heaven, so on earth. It's as above, so below. What's below? The love, the joy of Vanahamir, the loving, magical, boundless, free frequency as shadow nutrients. It's not as above, so below, as in on earth. It's underneath the earth. It's the balance of energy between the two. It's got a mutability about it. It's got an exchange going on. And then we had the other energy below is, oh no, I didn't put the cloth over the cards. Just a sec. I think there's a message coming for you. So I think when the cards blow from the top, I've made a mistake, but also they're trying to tell us something. So we'll keep those and we'll try and read them. We will read them. I won't try. Well, I nearly got there on that one. So the vulva is Vanahamir, but she's also Sedir, the world of magic that comes from Vanahamir. This is the gift of the boundaryless magic that Odin had to ask the vulva, Freya, Frigg, all of those wonderful goddess frequencies to teach him the magic. So this is a magic both from heaven, but has a reflective energy beneath in the shadows. And it's no different, you could say, dark magic, light magic. They're all one thing. Neither can exist without the other. All magic has a follows consequence, something that takes place around us. But you have to let go of a kind of guilt around what your frequency of wonder might do to another. If the law of follows decides that your magic frequency is in total balance, you will begin to rebirth from your seed and grow. And that's got nothing to do with anybody else. If it affects somebody else in some kind of way, that was because they didn't engage in their own journey fully. And so you've got to allow your own magic to be birthed within you. And that's a really weird message to give, because on the whole, magic is actually about being unselfish. But you need to grow yourself first, and that needs to be a selfish endeavor. But the point is that though it's selfish, it's unselfish, because it's for the benefit ultimately of a better world, because you're connected to this energy of Vanahamir. I know that sounds really weird. These are really hard energies to read, these reset frequencies. So What did I see first? I want to just put that one there because that one's a separate card. Those ones are separate there. They were all face down. So the rest of your message is Aqua Regia. That's the card I could see. It was the only one face up. This is the energy of that acidic energy that dissolves gold and noble metals. It's a very destructive energy, and it's the discovery of truth. I'm getting an energy frequency in this ear of the past that's to do with like malicious gossip. Not, I don't want to say that it's malicious gossip deliberately, spikily poked. In some cases it will have been, but it's something that was just of a moment. There's the tiniest hummingbird over there. But I'm getting Scorpio upside down. So again, within your shadows, you've got to work out what within your life is an unnecessary energy of shadows that's got an element of cruelty to it, and what is the energy of separation of something that's up in the light. This is you. It's very interesting. It's almost a clearer message of becoming into a balance than the Libra had themselves. Libra's was about divine timing, as is this in many ways, but your divine timing comes sooner than theirs, and yours is actually about handling the healing of Sedir and Galdir magic. And now the ringing shifted. The energy turned completely round, and it's an incredibly high cosmic kind of Gaia Uranus B energy going up. You need to spend time, and that's intriguing, compartmentalizing all the different aspects of yourself, cleaning up your personality, rewriting your philosophical mission. There's been a sting in your life, in your tail, in your frequency for a while, and you're trying very hard to come to the energy of, I want to say dragon's blood, but that doesn't make sense in itself. Dragon's blood is a burning frequency, something that burns away. What I'm getting is the notion of now I get it. You have to separate, you have to build walls, you have to compartmentalize, you have to file, you have to list everything in your philosophical mission so that you can understand it in its either way up, but eventually you've got to turn it into nutrients, and when it becomes the nutrients, you have to water the boundaries, the separations between all of that, and melt away all of the walls so that it becomes just free-flowing nutrients that can kind of roll between, and then they can be sucked up and brought into your higher realm energy in a new format. So let's have a look. Saturn, Moon in Capricorn, Moon in Cancer, and the Earth. Saturn has got something to do with the growth in the real world, your seed, you growing in the real world. B and F. So I'm getting a sense of, hang on. I'm getting a sense of some kind of strange Arabian melody being played. Why am I getting an Arabian melody? It doesn't make any sense. We'll come back to it. I'll hold on to that. I feel like I said that earlier to someone and they never came back to it. But I can't unpick that at the moment. I really can't. I'm wondering if it's hidden within this. I mean, you've got universal seed. You know, that's the seed that we began with. That's a very important frequency. And it's earth. You are earth. You're mutable earth. You're anchoring song lines. Oh, now I see. It's a new song line. It's a new tune. But it's old. I'm saying it's a new tune. It's a tune that hasn't been around for a while. It's like singing to trees, singing to plants, singing to the roots of the Yggdrasil tree. Did you not have that? Yeah. You have to go and sing to some trees, and you have to let those songs drain into the roots of the trees. And you're singing, look, I know you won't know them, but you're kind of singing security. You're singing to the trees this filtering that's gone on. You've already done the work to put an energy down, and then you're going to sing the energies that you've left in the earth, that mutable frequency, up through the trees. I sing to trees, so don't think there's something weird about it. I love singing to trees. You sing inside their wood, and you can listen to them. They've got surging rhythms inside them. But you're looking at being like saying, I'm pulling into you new tunes that will protect you. They're the new song lines that will serve you, that will blanket you, and will the energy, I don't know, I guess fertility, fecundity, pregnancy. It's about singing the sap back into the trees, and the trees will reward you by surging your blood, purifying your livers, I think it's also got something to do with bringing you into a sense of the now. And then we got one card that was all alone. Psyche again. The trees will deify you. If you treat the trees as living witnesses, protection. You are protecting the trees, and the trees in turn will protect you in the home, in your belly, in the seat of your soul. They will help you to grow in your spine. It's blossoming. There! Didn't we start your reading with Sakura blossoms? You and the trees blossom together. That's really, really gorgeous. So, what else would you like to say to Virgo? Now that we've cracked the blossoming, it's blossoming self-love, blossoming connection to Saturn, the lower world heart frequency. This is about the scent. I want to say the scent of pine then, but I just mean the scent of trees. And I'm looking now at the spectacular profusion of mango blossoms all over the trees here. Behind, the trees are completely dense with mango blossoms. I feel like I need to just sort of see if I can show you this. But in order to do that, I need to put these cards down. But I feel like this is important in your message, that you need to sense this energy. So I don't know whether, yes, you can. Look, this is all of this is blossoms ready to create mangoes. And mangoes grow, you get thousands of tiny pea-sized fruits. And as they grow on these long fronds, the mango has to decide, as they expand, how many has it got room for on each frond. So that's again that energy of you looking at compartmentalizing everything, and eventually you let go of the barriers. So the aqua regia is the kind of dropping of fruits that go yellow, very small, and just fall. And then you're left with enough mangoes to grow. I just wonder if I can take you and show you the actual mangoes a little bit closer, because I think it's about you coming into an energy of fruiting. So here you can see the mangoes. And let's go to this window and see if we can do mangoes here. Yeah, look, this profusion of mangoes and all these blossoms. And further down, the same tree has mangoes. And yet at the top, the flowers. It's relevant to how you move forward, is working out from all the blossoms that act as the nutrients for your life moving forwards, which are the ones that need to grow into delicious fruits. Apple bearer. So I'm gonna end your reading with the raw runes. Can I just say, Eve, I really feel like you're very present in this reading for some reason. If you don't know Eve, she's a Virgo, and she's Everlong Mystic, and she does work with the runes. She does wonderful readings, so you can always check out Eve as a fellow Virgoan. So, it's really interesting. It's the All Rune. It's the endless possibilities. It's Wyrtamir. And that's, we talked about Wyrtamir. I had to think then whether I talked about it in Libra. But it's you, it's your healing is the nutrients. It's found in the roots of your world. So, Virgo. Oh, you can't do that. It's off the deck. Got one in my lap. It's the year of harvest. The year of harvest. What day were we talking about earlier? The 22nd, the 21st, 12. It's a reversal. It's the either side energy. It turns around, it moves, and then the year, it begins the Virgo year. From within the Gununga gap comes a new energetic life force for you. I do want to say, just aside, it's not really Eve's reading, but I do feel like it is your year, Eve. Anyway. What else would you like to say to Virgo, please? You see, it's all tree stuff. So, was, sap, impassioned. It's the energy rising through. It's the energy of leaf. And they follow each other. When the sap rises, the leaf unfurls. You can extend yourself. This is you birthing anew from the compressed seeds, Virgo, and being Wendhorn, unbound. You are being unbound from all that's held you, that's compressed you. So, final message please for Virgo. Crossroads, 22. Libra, you come into your balance on the 22nd. Yeah, we knew that. Any more messages for Virgo? '21, 12, a mirror energies, the blockage changes, the compression ends. That's what I'm getting. And house 5 is playfulness. This is 13. And that's about flowing. So from the 22nd of February, you will begin to feel like a reborn child in many ways. Playful, you know, impassioned, like an energy is growing within you. It's almost like underneath that surge, when we talked about the energies underneath as above, so below the earth, it's like below the mountain, deep inside the darkness is the rebirth taking place. And I've got one other card and I don't know what it is. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm just looking at it. It's cross. It's 36, and it's house 12. It's house Pisces. It's almost like at the birth of the sun reaching Pisces, this ending takes place. This is a karmic cycle completion. It's marking a life led and a turning around frequency to move to something new, to completely change everything around your life. And here is hugging and thugging, Odin's crows. That's about having the code to see the bigger picture and returning to flight, having been inside the ground, having been in the realms of shadows. Because for me, hugging and thugging, one should be black and one should be white, because they're about balance. They're intelligence and memory. There's this energy of just marking a tribute to all that was and mutating into what you will be. And having that energy of Vanahamir, every endless possibility is contained within this bind rune. And there's something about it that has got the energy of a butterfly. that transformation frequency, unbinding. I mean, that's hidden within that rune. You can see it. So look, you've got the stroke down. You might have to turn it this way to get the full effect. There's the stroke, and there are the two intersectors. So it's all within the ground, the nutrients, everything you've experienced throughout life, to uncompress you, to break you from that seed. Where's the card of GIF? Ooh. Gifu. Breaking out. Rebirthing. Beautiful energy. No longer with that sense of panic. So, that's beautiful, Wassail.